Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a Daily Mail cryptic crossword from the 8th of May. It's the first time I'm looking at it, but it will be edited down to only give the walkthrough. Here we go. 8 across, a seat with a rich design. So this clue here gives the picture of an ornate seat. The answer, in fact, is not that ornate at all. Our definition here is the word seat, and our wordplay is a rich design. Design here is going to be an anagram indicator, and a rich is our anagram fodder, giving us chair or a seat. 17 across, make sums make sense. This feels like a very natural surface reading of a clue, but this is going to be a double definition. So to make sums and to make sense, there is a synonym for both that comes together, and that will be add up. If something adds up, it makes sense. If you're making sums, you're adding up. 18 down, Greek letter taken up, cheers. The surface reading on this doesn't really give rise to an image, but this is going to be Greek letter as our definition, and taken up, cheers, as our wordplay. And synonym for taken is lead, so we'll have the word lead going up, and then cheers, you might say tar. That gives us delta, which is a Greek letter. 23 across, start to sip convenient drink. Reads nicely as a single sentence, but again, start to sip convenient will be our wordplay, and our definition, which is usually at the start or end, will be drink. The start to sip could be the letter S, the first letter of sip. And if something is convenient, it is handy. That gives us shandy, a type of drink. For 15 down, a plant that may be pointed out in the desert. This is a cryptic definition, if you will. We've got two elements of it, a plant that may be pointed and a plant that's in the desert. That is going to be a cactus. 13 down, explain in detail, form a currency. The definition here is going to be explain in detail, and form a currency. Former might be an X, and a currency, the UK currency, is a pound, giving X pound. For 21 across, port possibly built before railway. In the surface reading of this gives rise to a sequence of events, a port being built and then a railway. The before railway here is very positional. We're going to have the rest of the wordplay, possibly built, going before something that means railway. And railway can be abbreviated to RY. Possibly built, we're looking at an anagram of built. So we've already got the T, the L and the U. We're going to put Tilbury, which is a port. For 22 across, fibre used in optics is altered. Surface reading gives rise to an idea of a high-tech piece of cabling. In actual fact, this is a hidden clue. Our definition is fibre, and our wordplay is used in optics is altered. Inside the phrase optics is altered, we can see the letters for Sisal, S-I-S-A-L. For 20 down, we can see the clue, is it seen after 5 come to see? Is it seen after 5 come to see? In this clue, after 5 feels very positional. We're going to have, is it seen after 5? 5 can be the Roman numeral V, and then we're going to simply use the words is and it. They'll be seen after that V, and that gives us visit, which can mean come to see. 16 down, Breakfasts beginning with terribly early cereal. Breakfasts beginning, as we saw earlier, could be the first letter of breakfast, a B, and terribly early. Terribly can be an anagram indicator, and early will be our anagram fodder. We're going to therefore get the word barley, which is a type of cereal crop. 24 across, tempestuous tale, entertaining millions. We're going to use the word for a tale, story, and inside that word we're going to put something meaning millions. In this case, the letter M. That gives us stormy, which means tempestuous. For 19 across, we have moving van near Italian city. The surface reading here gives the image of a van in the Italian countryside. What we're going to do is we're going to take the words van and near, we're going to move the letters of that around, and that will give us the Italian city, Ravenna. For 14 down, we have crosswords in castle. We are going to take the words castle in, and we are going to take cross as an anagram indicator. If we anagram words in, then we will get Windsor, which is an example of a castle. I believe it's the secondary residence in the UK, or was the secondary residence in the UK of the Queen. Whether King Charles uses it as a second residence, or whether he still uses Highgrove, I'm not sure. For 12 across, we have watch demonstration, including commercial for beauty aid. The surface reading here very nicely gives an idea of somebody that's watching a promotional piece of material for a beauty aid. And a beauty aid is the definition that we have here. We're going to take the word watch and use a synonym eye. We're going to take a word for demonstration. We're going to take a synonym. The synonym for that will be show, and that's going to include a commercial or an advert, which we can shorten to ad, which will give us eyeshadow, a beauty aid. Number 5 down, bad lad with mare, that's frightened. We're going to take the words lad and mare, and we're going to treat those badly. We're going to anagram them to give a word that means frightened. And we're going to have alarmed. No time for secrets when forced to take a break. We're going to take the word secrets, a 7-letter word. Where we have here no time, we're going to take a letter that means time, the T, out of secrets, and then we're going to force that word, that 6-letter word, meaning we're going to anagram it, and that will give us recess, which does mean to take a break. 1 across, take stock for reform in Ulster. This on the surface feels like it's to do with political reforms in Northern Ireland. Actually, reform in Ulster is telling us to anagram Ulster, and we'll get result. For 4 across, we have dance round object, extremely elegant. This gives rise to a picture of someone who is dancing around an object in an elegant way. Our definition here is going to be dance. A round object can be a ball. And extremely elegant will take the extreme letters, the ones at either end of the word, of elegant, E and T, and that will give us ballet, meaning a dance. For 10 across, Armstrong has stomach upset. We're going to look for a word that means Armstrong, and we're going to get that by taking the word stomach and upsetting it, taking an anagram of it, and that will give us Satchmo, which I believe is a jazz musician, Satchmo Armstrong. For 3 down, left bow in tree. We get the picture of someone who has left an item, a bow, in a tree. To get the answer, we're going to take left. We'll use that to give us an L. We're going to take a bow, which will be synonymous with arch, and that will give us larch, or a tree. For number 2 down, we're going to have piece of furniture found outside a US city. Now I believe that this is Seattle, partly because it's a US city, partly because of the letters that we've got there, and partly because we've got the word seat in there. But I'm not 100% sure as to why. If anyone's got a reason, leave it in the comments. We'll see what we can come up with. For 9 down, impetuous author following ass, we get the idea from the surface reading of an author who, against his better judgment, is following a fool. Ass can be a fool. We're going to put that in to start. And the name of an author could be Hardy, Tom Hardy. And that will give us foolhardy, which can mean impetuous. For number 9, soft soap and a face cloth, we're going to get the answer flannel. Again, I'm not entirely sure why. Flannel is definitely a face cloth, but I'm not totally certain what the wordplay is doing here. Can the word soft be replaced by an F? Is there a soap manufacturer called Lannel? I'm not sure. I'm not happy with that as an answer, but if anyone has any ideas, leave them in the comments. For number 7 down, rang the bell as instructed, we hear. We hear always feels like it's going to be a homophone indicator, so can we think of a word that means rang the bell that sounds like a word for instructed? If you were instructed about something, then you would be told, T-O-L-D. If you're ringing a bell, then you would toll it, T-O-L-L. So rang, past tense, you would have tolled the bell. For whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. For 6 down, 1 left, right out. This one here is an add and lit clue. It is not split into definition and wordplay. The whole clue is the definition, and the whole clue is the wordplay. So if we take the word one, O-N-E, and then left, which we'll take an L for, and right, which we'll take an R for, and then the word out can be an anagram indicator. That can give us loner, which does mean 1 left, right out. And for 11 across, mix gallons in pool. We're going to take something that means gallons. Usually gallons would be G-A-L, but in this clue it looks like it's G only. We're going to put it inside a word that means pool. Now, I think we can agree the G does not look like it can go there. So we're going to put the G there instead. The word for pool could be a mere, and that will give us merge, which can mean mixed. And we've got a word that is not right. For this clue, it looks to me like we got the right wordplay. It is an anagram of Ulster, but instead of being result, then the answer is Russell. So in my mind, if you take stock of something, I was saying, well, you're looking at what you've got. You're looking at the answer, the result. In actual fact, it looks like the definition here is take stock, as in steal cattle, for which Russell is a synonym. So that was the cryptic crossword from the Daily Mail for the 7th of May. We've run through it. We nearly got there, but small mistake in the top left of the grid. If you enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe, and feel free to try a Daily Mail cryptic crossword for yourself. The link is in the description. They are fairly beginner friendly. They're very fair for the most part. Yeah, if you get any problems, there should be some answers on the channel. Thank you very much. Until next time.